everyone. Problem Solved is recording this week from the Lean Six Sigma and Data Science Conference 2022, taking place at the Hyatt Regency Perimeter in Atlanta. Listen all week as we post interviews with our enthusiastic attendees, speakers, and other conference participants.
Hey, I'm Bill Franks. I'm with the Kennesaw State University School of Data Science and Analytics today. I spent about 30 years in industry before I went to the university side, so I'm hoping today to work in a lot of examples from industry alongside a couple of more academic things.
We made data science an emphasis at this conference in the last couple of years. Tell us a little bit about some of the topics you want to touch on in your talk today.
I'm going to start with some examples of companies that are really doing interesting things and in some cases I think surprising things in terms of integrating data science and analytics into their products and their processes. I'm going to talk through some of the challenges around everything from data governance to staffing and then how to implement it properly.
It's kind of a new science in a way because of technology. And I think one of the topics that you may touch on are just some of the ways that companies are still trying to figure this out and some of the mistakes they're making. What are some of the decisions companies need to make as they move forward, trying to use data science properly?
I think the main thing, it's like with anything else, you got to commit to it. A lot of companies in the early days, would just try and hire a couple people and say, go figure it out. And, you can do some experimentation under that mode, certainly. But just like you can't just decide you want to make a new consumer product and you're just going to figure it out. At some point, you have to commit and you have to actually produce it. You have to get the supply chain developed, et cetera. So similarly with data science, you can start by dabbling with just a few people to go figure out some things and prove that it can work. At some point, though, you have to make that decision to scale and say, we're going to invest in it in advance, knowing that we've proven out how much value we're going to get from the efforts.
Companies have always done data science to some degree, even before they called it that. They would get data and use it. But technology has really changed that a lot, hasn't it? And made a lot more choices available to everyone.
Yeah, so you 2 points in there. First is, in my mind, data science isn't necessarily all that new. A lot of the thought processes and a lot of the ways that people are doing things today that's called data science, what a lot of us were doing in the corporate world for many years. Now, to your point, though, there's a lot of new algorithms, there's a lot of new tool sets, there's a lot of different ways to go about it, different data. So I think the span of what you can do in the area of data science is much more massive than it used to be. And that's a good thing. It's also a challenge. That's why companies struggle so hard, is there's so many different directions you can go these days. Whereas in the past, the data was so limited, the tools were so limited, and what you could implement was so limited that you were able to focus a little more. It was more clear where you could focus.
And at Kennesaw State, are you seeing students really interested in data science and pursuing that as a career? Is this a path that a lot of young IISEs are looking to follow now?
So, our program is growing. We're got chartered as a school of data science and analytics, not just a department, not quite a year and a half ago now. So KSU's investing. If you go back in around 2005 to 10, there were literally a handful of analytics or data science programs anywhere in the country. Everybody was coming out of classic operations research, statistics, math. Then by 2013 or 14, there were dozens, and now today, virtually every university in the country has some type of program, whether it's a bachelor's, master's, PhD, or all three in analytics and data science of some kind. So I think, all around, the job market's booming. Universities have been booming in terms of spinning programs up, and I don't see any lack of opportunity on either of those sides anytime soon.
Well, we're interested to see where it goes. We're interested in hearing your keynote today. We appreciate your time, and thanks so much for being at our conference.
No, thanks for having me.